All right, guys. So we are here today doing our first Biz Scope. Again, BE Biz Scope. We are here with Jay Stone, who is an emotional nudist, and she specializes in relationships and personal discovery. And we are also joined today with Lex Pierre Louise, who is the founder of LPMG Promotions, and he does lifestyle and marketing for Maybach Music. Yes, that's Rick Ross's Made Back Music. There we go. So, guys, we are going to just do a little introduction. Let our guests introduce themselves today. Jay, why don't you tell our scopers who you are and what you do? Hey, Florida, how are you?
Yeah, hey guys, I'm Jay Stone. I'm based in Atlanta, Georgia. I'm an emotional nudist, master brand coach. I help business owners create profitable businesses without compromising their quality of life. Now, as business owners, a lot of times we are pulled in so many different directions, but it's always about getting those coins, it's always about getting those dollars. But what if you could get those dollars without compromising your quality of life? That's where I come in. I help you build a brand, and the emotional nudity is living that brand out authentically.
All right. Hey, New Orleans. Listen, Alfred is on the move. You got to follow Alfred at Alfred Edmond Jr. because he's going to show you all over where he is. Lex, Nate, tell us a little bit about you and what you do.
Hello to the Periscope world. My name is Lex Pierre Lewis, CEO of Lex Promotions and Marketing Group. What I do, at the end of the day, it's all about the brand and product. I try, and then not only do we try, but we do it, take the brand to the consumers. We implement brands with today's culture and lifestyle. We live, we go out, we party, we work. Consumers have a demand, and the demand is to know what's going on. So what I do is I tie in the brand with the consumers.
Nice, nice. Now, you guys, again, you are joining us for our first BE Biz Scope. We hope that we'll be able to bring this to you on a regular basis. So thank you guys for joining us today. So what we're going to do is I'm going to ask a few questions. And if you guys are wondering who is this voice of God behind the screen, it is Sarita Wright, the social media manager here at Black Enterprise. And I also go by Savage Gazelle on social media. So I want you guys to just take turns answering these questions, and then if you guys have questions, just you know what to do. Put it in the comments, and we will ask them to our guest today. And of course, show us some love with these hearts. You know we love hearts. Hey, thank you so much. And I'm just gonna go on first. So, Jay,
Yeah.
what's the best part of your job?
The best part of my job is those aha moments when you see people really, really, really struggling to get their business from one place to the next place to the next place. And they've struggled with this for years. They've paid a lot of people, they paid a lot of coaches, and all of a sudden they come see me and they sit at my table. And then 6 months later, all of a sudden these aha moments go off. Okay, and then they start to not only see where they went wrong, but all of a sudden to see their own vision come to life. So that is it for me. That's a high. It's like a drug. I think I'd be snorting brand strategy.
Snorting brand. Today's phrase that pays. Are you out here snorting brand strategy?
Yeah.
That is a tweet.
So yeah, just seeing that go off and seeing them get the results, I get high off results. Yeah.
Nice.
Results, yeah.
And Lex?
I definitely will join you in that result driven. At the end of the day, it's about producing some results. So I will say, saving clients money. It's amazing how much you can gain a client's trust and love when you come to them with a campaign and they're able to get results, get the goals they wanted, and then you save them some money. They love you. That's the moment that I laugh for.
Nice. All right. So up next, Lex, who are your business mentors, real or mentors in your head?
Steve Stout is definitely a mentor in my head. Never really met him, but definitely read up on him. Damon John as well. But personally, Ted Lucas, who's CEO of Slip and Slide Records, he was one of the first ones when I was maybe 19, 20. I told him I wanted to go to Puerto Rico, Mix Show Power Summit, and promote his artists at the time. And he's like, have you ever worked the record? I'm like, no, but I'm going to go to Puerto Rico, and I'm going to promote your musicians. And at the time, it was Trina and Trick Daddy. And since then, we actually built a bond, and he gave me a chance. And at 19 years old, I went to Puerto Rico, didn't know where I was going to stay, and promoted those albums.
Nice. Now, for those who are asking, Nats Dimple said, I'm unsure of what you guys do. Are you guys advisors? Would you guys say that you are advisors, coaches, consultants, a little bit of everything?
On my side, it's more marketing management. My game plan is to come up with a game plan for the projects, the albums, if it's music, if it's not music, the product like liquor companies, and then come out with the activations and do the activations.
Okay.
And I am a brand coach, so I help women build their brands and make them profitable.
And if you're asking who this gentleman is, his name is Lex Pierre Louise. He is the founder of LPMG Promotions, and he is also a lifestyle and marketing expert over at MMG. All right, so next question. Actually, Jay, who are your business mentors, real or in your head?
And so I want to say the first one is Rosemary Jones, who she just passed away like last month. So that's been devastating for me. She was the supply diversity manager for Turner Broadcasting, and she gave me lots of opportunities to show my talent. She believed in me before I believed in myself, but she also talked to me just as another woman, a black woman, not just a black woman, a full-figured black woman. She said curvy girls have to show up in a way differently, and she was like, it's never about the clothes, it's always about the jewelry, right? So it's always about the jewelry and the accessories, and she gave me those little tips for always showing up. And I know this next one is going to sound like a little bit of sucking up, but it's really true. As Mr. Earl Graves Sr.
Oh, okay. Shout out to Black Enterprise founder.
I heard him do a keynote many years ago at the Atlanta Tribune, and an Atlanta Tribune event, and he talked about the level of excellence. And that is it became a key component for my brand, because the level of excellence, we have to be 3 times as good to get half as much credit, right? And so that level of excellence, we don't have an option to come in and understep and half step. We don't have that choice to be taken seriously. So that was the thing that he instilled. And so I always watch his company, his organizations, and what he's did. And his story is kind of amazing. So yeah, I know it sounds like I'm sucking up, but it's really true.
Well, my May Lady 08 asks, what books have you read? What are some of your, I guess, entrepreneurial books?
Entrepreneurial books? Okay, so real talk, total transparency. I don't read books. I read blogs, I read notes, I read a few other things like that. I'm really big on reading blogs and websites because I need to consume information quickly and move on. So I'm all about give me the cliff notes of the information. But more important, I'm more interested in the training, because the books are the conceptual piece. I need the practical applications.
Now, what are some of these blogs that you're reading?
Okay, so I'm really into technology, so I read a lot of Mashable. I read Inc., because I'm all about the most innovative technology. Of course, the Black Enterprise. And then we've got, Mashable, TechCrunch, you name it, the ones that are given the hottest stuff, but definitely Inc., Black Enterprise, and Entrepreneur.
Nice. Now, I'm just going to do a shameless plug right here. Next month is our Tech Connect Summit in Silicon Valley, October 12th and 13th. You should definitely be there if you are interested in learning more about how to get money for your products and services. If you're looking to network, if you are a recruiter, you want to be there. Black Enterprise is planting their flag in Silicon Valley. If you go to blackenterprise.com/events, you will learn everything you need to know, including our newly confirmed speaker, Young Guru, who is a Grammy Award-winning engineer. He will be speaking. He has a fantastic story, and he does amazing things in tech. So definitely check that out. Everyone, thank you again for joining us. If you're just tuning in, this is our first BE Biz Scope with some amazing entrepreneurs, Jay Stone, emotional nudist and brand master coach, and also Lex Pierre Louise, who is founder of LPMG Promotions and does marketing and lifestyle for Maybach Music. So right before we go into the next rapid fire question, we had a question on here earlier. I'm sorry, I don't know your name. Please pop back in. Do you guys work with small businesses and big brands? And can you name a few of the bigger brands that you have worked with, and just let us know some of the things that you guys have done?
So yeah, I've worked with bigger brands, Coca-Cola, Delta Airlines, Hewlett-Packard. Those are some of my bigger, Turner Broadcasting. Those are some of my bigger clients. I primarily focus on the smaller clients now. I realized that I had a calling specifically for women business owners. Now, I do have a few lucky men that I work with, a few lucky guys come on board. But there is something about women businesses that we struggle with in a different way from men. And that is our confidence and the way that we question ourselves. And that's where the emotional nudity part comes in. We second guess everything that we do and every move that we make. We don't know if we're good enough. We're not sure. We have problems with professional relationships. We have a different level of stuff that kind of goes on in the way that we build businesses. So my focus became small businesses about 2 years ago. And so, but I still have those corporate clients that call me whenever they need me.
Okay.
Most definitely. I'm lucky enough also to have a few corporate clients. On the music side, every major record label from Def Jam, Atlantic Records, Capitol Records, Jive Records are still clients, or at some point in my career were clients for many years. Outside of that, we've also started a lot doing campaigns for liquor companies. Hennessy Moet, Bel Air Rosé, Remy Martin, and of course in the technology world, Beats by Dre, Monster Headphones. And then as far as the food and beverage world, Wingstop is one of our clients. But as far as small businesses, I think the past about 4 years, I've got an influx of minority-owned businesses that own maybe several franchises. There's a restaurant in Miami. The gentleman has about 6 locations. There's another retailer in Miami who has a dry cleaner. He's got about 15 locations. So now I'm finding that helping these small businesses that have multiple locations expand and creating a brand identity for them.
Nice, very nice. So you guys, we are really having a serious discussion with two people who are really making some major moves right now in the business world. Lex, there is a question for you. Do you have any book suggestions?
I can't remember the names of the books off the top of my head. I'll tweet them out later on. Follow me on Twitter at Lex Pierre Lewis. But definitely, I read books that are all business related, entrepreneurship related. So I try to read a book a month, and I'll give you a list of the ones later on.
Nice. And Jay, I think this question was for you. Will you be hosting any conferences? I know the answer to that, but I will let you share.
Okay, so I will be hosting a Periscope users conference for Periscope users in technology, entrepreneurship, and social media. It will be in Atlanta, February 2016. That's February 24th and 25th, and the name of the event is called Pericon. So you can get the information from pericon.social, Pericon.social.
Sarita, not to cut you off, the name of the last book I've read, here it is. It's Your Business, 183 Essential Tips That Will Transform Your Business. So it's called It's Your Business.
All right, It's Your Business. Now we have a question from May Lady 08. What nugget of advice can you give someone who is just starting out in branding?
Okay. Oh, that's a good question.
That's a very good question.
Yeah, that's a great question. That's a great question. If you're just starting out in branding, the first thing that I'm going to tell you is you got 2 things that you need to work on. The first thing that you need to work on is having a signature offering, a signature service, okay? Very specifically niched signature service. There's a lot of people out here. There's a lot of competition out here. You've got to set yourself apart really, really quickly and solve a problem really quickly. And the number 2 thing you got to do is get some credibility under your belt. Get the media coverage for the credibility. I can charge 5 times more money now than I could 5 years ago before I got national media coverage. So for whatever reason, the industry that we're in, the credibility weighs more than even your service offering.
Okay.
I think with me, at the end of the day, it's making sure that your clients are happy. Whoever your client is, whether you have 1 client or 20 clients, make that client feel like they are the only client. And word of mouth, with that client being happy, will allow you to get more customers and more clients.
Very, very good.
Yeah, word of mouth.
Okay, so Lex, finish this sentence. The best business advice I ever received was...
Don't let clients go owing you invoices past 90 days. No, realistically, that's real talk though. On the real topic, I definitely think I had a client that told me something one day, and I was like, it's so simple, but it makes so much sense. He said, if you can't do the job, say you can't do it. So at the end of the day, everybody has dreams and goals and wants to achieve certain things, but at a certain point when you're starting your career, or sometimes you're overwhelmed and you have too many clients, there's nothing wrong with turning down a project or saying, I can't do this, it's out of my reach, let me refer you to somebody else. And I think that's the best thing, because you don't want to take on a client, take on a project, and not be able to make the client happy.
Very good. And Jay, finish this sentence. The best business advice I ever received was...
It's all about the relationships. It's all about the relationships. You'll make more money from your relationships than you will make on your own. So, yeah, I mean, in a nutshell, and I'm gonna add to that though. It's about the organic relationships. A lot of people, there's a difference between having a connection. I made a connection today with Lex. We met for the first time today. I'll contact him on Twitter. We'll have a connection. It'll take a little while longer for us to have an organic relationship because he doesn't know me. So people do business with people that they know, like, and trust, right? So everybody knows the know, like, and trust factor. I don't trust you yet. So you've got to build a trust, and that does not happen overnight. We live in a microwave society. Everybody wants that to happen overnight. You actually have to put in the work day in and day out to make sure those people understand who you are, what you deliver, and it has to be reciprocal. So these one-sided, lopsided, self-centered relationships, they don't work out for you so good. So it's all about the relationships. People, I'm here, right here in front of you today because of a relationship. Shout out to Tawny Chambers. Because of a relationship she had. I'm here today because of a relationship. So it's always about getting those relationships. I know I said relationships like 6 times. I'm going to say it one more time for the road. Relationships. That's what it's about.
And that is whether you are in person or online, because there was a question just posed to you guys. And if you're the person who asked it, please, tap back in. But how do you create these relationships online? How do you know when you have captured your audience? Now, Lex, it might be a little different for you because you are doing a lot more in person.
We do in person,
events.
but even like, for example, my relationship with Kelly started off a hashtag. I went to the Black Enterprise Golf Challenge event tournament, and I typed in the hashtag, and through the hashtag, her picture popped up. I looked at the last name. We shared the last name. A reason to start a conversation. So it's easy to start a conversation. You have to find an angle, whichever angle it is, and hopefully that angle works. But at the end of the day, you could build relationships with people different ways.
Okay. Jay?
Yeah, for me, it definitely, I build a lot of mine online. And so you've got the one-to-one relationships, like me, and I just mentioned Tawny, and we just built a relationship at a Black Enterprise event. That's where we met, at the Black Enterprise Conference in Atlanta earlier this year. And you built the one-on-one relationship. For me, I also have to build the one-to-many relationships because, I have 40-some-odd thousand followers online. And so building the relationships with them starts with me really being open, transparent, and vulnerable. So I have to build the layers of it, right? They get to know me. Then they get to trust me. They trust my word. I do things like show them, my bank statements. Then they trust that I make what I say that I make, right? And so then, of course, I get them to like me, and I actually pull them offline into live events. So there's another layer of connection when you bring people from offline to live events. And so then, like we had a meetup last night. Those are things that happen to give another layer of connection, particularly online. There are layers in that connection process, so don't forget that piece.
And even when you first start meeting somebody online, it's the follow-up. You can meet them online once and have one conversation, or maybe for 2-3 days, and then disappear for 2 months. I'm going to forget about you. The next person's going to forget about you. So the follow-up is even more important.
I agree.
Nice. Now, what are both of your websites? Where can people find you guys?
You can find me at jaistone.com. It's a weird spelling, so just follow me here. It's Jaistone, and I am Jay Stone on all my social media, Periscope, Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, jaistone.com.
And to find myself is very simple, lexpromotions.com across all social platforms, lexpromotions.com, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, all across the board.
See, you can tell we're branding people, right?
Absolutely.
One challenge, and that's another branding trick. Make sure whatever your social handle is, let it be the exact same platform across. Let it be the exact same handle all across, so it's easy for people to find you.
Listen, you guys have really amazing people following you guys and working with you guys. I see people putting Paracon Conference, LexPromotions.com. You guys are amazing out here on Periscope. We definitely appreciate you guys just helping out. Everyone, that's what it's about. It's about building a community. All right, so you guys, we've got our final question in today's BE Biz Scope.
Can I just say this is so great?
This is a great event. Wait, I have to record. I got to record. Can you hit the record button?
It's so exciting.
Thank you. Final question.
And you know what? Wait a minute. I just want you guys to see that there is legit an apparatus. Everyone. This is Rachel. This is Tanny. This is Kelly. Everyone has an apparatus here. And hey guys! So we're going to do our final question. Again, you are watching Black Enterprise on our first BE Biz Scope with two amazing entrepreneurs, Lex Pierre Louise, who is the founder of LPMG Promotions. He also is a marketing and lifestyle expert over at MMG. It's just natural to do it. You know, it really is just natural. You have to do it. And then we are joined by Miss J Stone. She knows everything about branding and marketing. She is a master teacher. You guys definitely
And a
want
Georgia
to know
peach.
these people. And a Georgia peach. And a Georgia peach. All right, so our final question, and Jay, I'm going to throw it to you first. What is your business mantra?
You don't have to be perfect. You just have to show up. And I say that a lot to specifically my women, right? I get on Periscope when I'm under the hairdryer at the hair salon, right, with no makeup on. I got on one night with my zit cream on, right? Because it's about the content I'm delivering. If you want to judge me, right, because I didn't show up perfect today, because now today I'm kind of fly, right? You don't show up like that every time, because it's about what you deliver and what you bring as a person. And until you can strip all that away and be clear that you're delivering value day in and day out to your people, to your clients, to your followers, that's the most important piece. Don't get distracted with the pretty. Don't get distracted with the perfectionism. If you show up, things happen. This was not planned today. When Sarita was like, oh, let's drop by Black Enterprise, I was like, cool, I'm going to drop by. And then I got here, she's like, yay, we're going to do an interview today. I was like, oh, right? If I didn't have on no makeup, I still would have done it, right? You don't have to be, you have to show up. I showed up today, and something amazing has happened. I met this guy.
And I'm in Georgia Peach.
And I'm here with all these great people. So you don't have to be perfect, but you have to show up every single time and give value every day.
Lex?
I don't think mine is that long, but I had one of my mentors tell me something. All you gotta do is outwork the next person. So my philosophy is, if this person is doing this and that, and I have a goal, and we're in a race, guess what? I'm going to be the dude in the gym until the lights come on, until the janitor kicks me out. So I'll work the next person.
Very, very good. And for those of you who don't know, and those of you who are familiar with our BE Modern Man initiative, Lex is one of our newest BE Modern Men.
Thank you.
So definitely go to blackenterprise.com/BE Modern Man and learn a lot more about who he is, what he's doing, and remember that our BE Modern Man initiative showcases extraordinary everyday men of color doing extraordinary things, because it is our normal to be extraordinary. And we want to thank you guys again for tuning in today for our first BE Biz Scope with Jay
Thanks
Stone.
for having us.
That's the first one.
We are going to log off right now. Thank you guys so much for all the kind words, and of course all the hearts and all the shares. If you want to get plugged in, follow us at Black Enterprise all across the board: Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Google+, everywhere you are, we are there. And we will see you guys next time. Have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Thank you.
All right.
Bye,
Scope
guys.
Squad. Catch you on the flip side.
Great weekend, guys. Thank you. That was amazing.
That was
great.
awesome.